To our topic of the week, hundreds of employees will lose their jobs following the merger of TikTok Shop and Tokopedia recently. Tokopedia spokesperson said that the measure is needed as part of a structural adjustments following the merger.
Chinese tech giant ByteDance plans to lay off 450 employees in Indonesia as part of efficiency measures following the integration of its e-commerce unit TikTok Shop with Tokopedia, which is owned by local tech conglomerate GoTo Gojek Tokopedia. ByteDance, the owner of TikTok, did not say how many employees would be affected. Bloomberg had earlier reported there would be 450 job cuts. ByteDance spokesperson Nuraini Razak told Reuters in a statement the company would make necessary adjustments as a result of the combination of TikTok and Tokopedia. ByteDance had its own e-commerce operation in Indonesia via its TikTok app, but it stopped its operation in early October 2023 after the Indonesian government banned e-commerce transactions on social media platforms such as TikTok and Facebook. Indonesian Trade Minister Zulkifli Hasan said that the ban was necessary to protect the country's 64 million micro, small and medium enterprises, including merchants at markets such as the country's largest garment market, Tanah Abang in Jakarta. The trade minister accused the platform of facilitating predatory pricing practices and an influx of cheap imported goods, as well as not being in compliance with the law. In December in 2023, TikTok acquired a controlling 75% stake in Tokopedia, an e-commerce unit of GoTo, the Jakarta-listed technology group, for $1.5 billion. The deal was made to rescue its shopping business in the country 2 months after the introduction of regulation, which prohibits online shopping in social media platforms such as TikTok and Facebook. Later in January, Tokopedia and TikTok Shop Indonesia was formally merged under PT Tokopedia. TikTok Shop also resumed its operation following the deal. Melissa Siska Juminto, president of e-commerce at GoTo Group, said recently that TikTok Shop and Tokopedia had finished integrating their systems as per merger requirements, in which all e-commerce activities on TikTok Shop and Tokopedia, such as payments, ordering activities, and transactions, should be carried out on Tokopedia's electronic systems. Meanwhile, the Indonesian E-commerce Association, or IDEA, welcomes the merger between TikTok Shop and Tokopedia, saying that the merger will bring a new shopping trend and allow a more dynamic and interactive shopping experience in the country. The merger between the two digital platforms can further support the progress of the country's digital industry, as it will expand market reach and the number of customers and open new opportunities for business and increase product access for the public, the association's chairman Bima Laga said in Jakarta recently. He said that the merger will also benefit micro, small, and medium-scale enterprises, as it can generate a bigger marketplace for them to promote and sell their products, he said. However, besides the positive aspects from the merger, many observers also warned that the dominance of the foreign companies' presence in a local marketplace could also hurt local players if there is no control from the government.
Let's go to our dialogue today, where Chinese tech giant ByteDance has recently acquired a majority stake in Indonesia's largest marketplace, which is, of course, Tokopedia, and then merged it with its TikTok Shop app, a mega deal that makes the Chinese company to effectively control the country's e-commerce business. Now, joining us today is Bapak Nailul Huda, Director of Digital Economy at Center of Economic and Law Studies, or in short, CELIOS, and we will discuss the implications of the merger between TikTok Shop and Tokopedia on the country's e-commerce. Welcome, Pak Nailul, to TVRI World, to Economic Outlook again.
Thank you.
Thank you for being here. Yeah. Well, first of all, the Chinese tech giant ByteDance is reportedly to lay off 450 workers in Indonesia following this mega deal merger. What do you think are the reasons behind this?
I think this is the consequence of a merger strategy. Because you know about two companies have two similar decks, similar function section, and you know TikTok and Tokped, they are digital companies that have data and shopping division actually, and ByteDance identified about they have a similar division of and you know, and they decided to streamline their operation. I think this is the common strategy in our company that have a merger. So I don't know if they have money or not, and you know about the issue on the merger, and I think this is the common strategy, and ByteDance know about the redundant area that have in TikTok and Tokopedia.
So are you saying that this is just another business strategy that is expected coming out of this mega deal? Because we're talking about 450 workers approximately, and this is a big number.
Yeah. Because you know, actually before the merger of Tokopedia and TikTok, you know about the Gojek and Tokopedia itself, and they have GoTo companies, and you know they have layoff also, and the number is larger than right now.
I
so
see.
yeah, so this is the consequence of a major strategy, I think.
So the history speaks for
Yeah.
itself in the business world. Well, you know, some people are saying, are speculating,
Yeah.
well, is this layoff going to be like a once and for all measure? Or do you think this is just the beginning of a larger scale layoff?
Okay. It depends on ByteDance strategy actually. If you know about the ByteDance want to the bigger innovate on our technology, they must be have the qualified worker. So I have to perception about this. If the ByteDance want to the bigger innovation in our technology industry, they must be hire more competitive worker. But in the second perspective, I have see also about the condition that the companies need fresh money. So if the company need fresh money and they will seek on the venture capital, and venture capital actually tell them to have the profitability in your business model. So I think the profit, if they choose the profitable strategy, they will cut jobs in the next year.
Right. Now, Nilo, as you know, in October last year, TikTok was banned temporarily because it was reportedly threatening local small and medium enterprises. Why was at that time TikTok considered a threat?
Yeah, because TikTok have a larger base consumer, larger base subscription, and you know about they usually sell the import product one, actually from China, and they sell it cheaper than our local product. So it make our SMEs, local SMEs, tell our government to ban the TikTok. And you know about the Pasar Tanah Abang issue that make our Ministry of Trade revise their rule about the online commerce. And you know, because they can sell the cheaper one rather than the local one. And for the example, hijab, the seller on TikTok, they can sell hijab 5 to 10 times cheaper than the local one.
So much difference, right?
Yeah,
it's not even a fair competition.
Yeah, because our consumer is the price-oriented consumer, I think. They see the price of product before they buy it. So they can see the information in internet, and they actually buy the cheaper one.
Yeah, and of course, I mean, like our consumers nowadays are very smart consumers. And we don't just check at one marketplace, but instead we know where to compare and choose the best option for us? Which
Yeah.
one provides the cheapest one?
The rational consumer, including me actually. Yeah.
Of course. Now, TikTok has resumed its operation in January, and following this merger with Tokopedia, with several regulatory adjustments, do you think with this adjustment that TikTok is no longer a threat
Yeah.
for our small, medium businesses
Yeah.
in Indonesia?
The main important things about is TikTok operation is legal under Tokopedia license. Is the one important thing, and TikTok can sell the online media services, and Tokopedia have license on e-commerce, and I think our government data show us about the importance of our social media for our SMEs actor, because if the SMEs actor can see the chance to sell in the TikTok to make social media as a window for their product, it will be positive impact on SMEs actor actually, because our people is consume higher in media social rather than we watch television and we read newspaper. Our people is more consumed on our social media
This
platform.
generation, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gen Z, Gen Z millennial, and I think some of boomer have spent their time more to watch social media rather than television.
Exactly, and I think more and more people are going towards TikTok rather than just browsing on other social media options, right? There are a growing base of people subscribing to TikTok recently.
Yeah. Because you have two experience in one apps. Yeah, you can scroll the social media, you can see your favorite artists and the others, and you also have the platform who can buy some product, and
It's just more functional.
And give us more experience.
Well, it's always a competition in all this digital media, which app provides the better function and which provide more benefits for the audience. Now, with this merger, the TikTok Tokopedia has effectively dominated the country's e-commerce industry. What is the future implication of this merger towards the e-commerce ecosystem now?
Yeah, actually, it reshape Indonesian e-commerce landscape. I think a dominant player like Tokopedia and Shopee, Shopee is higher and higher, and Tokopedia actually stuck on this number, and Tokopedia merged with TikTok, and about the competition to Shopee and Tokopedia, it will be interesting. And I don't know about the other competitor like Lazada, Blibli, and Bukalapak, because they have lower internet user and
lower market
account,
base,
lower market base, and about it is harder competition for them to compete with Tokopedia, TikTok, and Shopee actually, because Shopee is the biggest one, and the second one is Tokopedia, and now Tokopedia merged with TikTok. It's more larger than before Tokopedia merged with TikTok.
So what do you think is going to happen to these other small digital marketplaces?
Two changes for them. The first is they merge with other companies, like let's say about the Blibli merged with Ticket.com to launch their best consumer, and about the Lazada, and they have funding from others, and I don't know about the Bukalapak actually, because Bukalapak is our public company, and I think they cannot compete with Shopee and Tokopedia. And then the second choice, they have to close their operation, like GDID, and the others e-commerce company like Klapa and others, because our competition in e-commerce industry is harder. So if you don't live in e-commerce industry, you must be shut down.
Well, the competition is definitely getting more and more tougher these days. What do you think the government can do to help this ecosystem to make sure that it stays balanced, or do you think this is out of the government's reach?
Our government actually have several regulation, but I think they must have equal regulation between online and offline companies. And about the online companies fight with the e-commerce, let's say Matahari, Ramayana, and they shut down several store in Indonesia. And I don't think so. Bukalapak, Blibli, Lazada will be shut down too in the next year, because our government must have equal regulation about between online commerce and offline commerce also, because the equal level playing field is important things that make the e-commerce platform and the offline platform survive it. And they must push the platform. If we talk about the regulation for our SMEs actor, we must government must have the regulation that push the platform to give the information about the imported one and the local one, because if we look in our e-commerce platform, they didn't have that information actually. Actually we cannot see the origin of the product. So we only see the price and who is the seller. And the third is our government can make some regulation to push the online platform to give 30% of platform space to our local SMEs.
That's a good idea.
Because in offline commerce, they have that regulation also. 30% of hypermart, supermart, and the others must give to local SMEs product. So I think this regulation can be do it in online platform.
To do the same on online platforms. So just to make sure it's pretty balanced out and giving more chance for the local products to have a chance.
Product and equal regulation offline and online platform.
I agree with that. That's a very strong point right there, Pak Nailul Huda. Thank you so much for coming into Economic Outlook, and looking forward to seeing you again next. Thank you.